here down there, right next to where the bridge is now, to the east of it, there was Norberg's Hotel, King's Rest, a very tall wooden structure, which did still have people living in it. I mean, it was more like an apartment building. When I was a kid, instead of a hotel, there wasn't transit people coming through.
So everyone I interview talks about that place.
I bet.
Yeah, it's just
That's fascinating.
It's very memorable. And I'm still trying to get to the bottom of what's going on with that building. So
good question.
So the guy that built it, why did he build it originally? What was it supposed to be?
A hotel.
A hotel. Okay.
Yeah, it was originally a hotel and stuff, and I think probably even a lot of the times it probably housed a lot of the woodworkers and stuff too.
It was called the King's Rest, home of the healing waters. And it was probably four stories. I would, if I remember right, and it was pretty good size, for just FYI. But then
I hear people thought it was kind of an eyesore. Is that true?
And that's what happens when you get it. When funds go away, things degrade, and then they just keep degrading, and they're unrepairable. I mean, it's old houses, same thing. They sit there, and then water gets into it, and then it's beyond repair. Similar to that, and it was a lot of people said it was eyesore, but again, when I was a kid, it was it wasn't all that bad, but it slowly was needed to be painted. It was horrible looking, and it started tilting and so forth and so on, but.
What happened to it?
I don't know if the fire department, where they just burned it, tore it down, or exactly how it disappeared.
Oh, bless the King's Rest. Norberg owned the King's Rest. There were a few families lived there, but they didn't have a good time either. It was the trashiest place in Fall City.
Oh, yeah, King's Rest. It was a pretty rough shape. It was a place where you could rent rooms. And when Valset's was open and when they were doing the logging up at Black Rock, there was a number of people that stayed at little places like that because they didn't have a house or couldn't get a place up at Valset's to stay, so they rented a room there. It was gone, I believe, by the time I got out of the service, but I had heard it just got so bad that they had to tear it down. I don't know for sure.
The King's Rest was still here when I moved here. It should have been closed. It was not a nice place. It just wasn't.
Any way you came through town, you saw that building. And it had this big sign on the roof, and it said, "The Coming Home of Healing Waters." I just remember that, that's all. I also remember that most people thought it was an eyesore. I was on the volunteer fire department, and this probably was 65, maybe 66. But it caught fire, and everybody was really rushing around, worried, is anybody in there? Is there anybody in there? And they had the whole family over here. Do you have any friends in there? And they were just, I didn't get it at the time, but they were so making sure that there was nobody in that building. And I was running a hose at the time, and one of the older guys in town took the hose from me, because I was only, 18, 19. And he says, "Oh, you can do better than that." And he started spraying the water over the top of the building. They let it burn. They wanted it to be gone. And so they were just making sure there was nobody in it.